The beginning of my liberation from these viewpoints occurred when I was about 30 years old. I started reading the minor prophets, and I was absolutely captivated by them. Their messages seemed so relevant to what was going on in the world today. And once again, it was the book of Zechariah that proved to be my turning point. After reading it through from start to finish for the first time in my life, I was impacted by the fact that it was full of messianic prophecies about the first coming, and that every one of those prophecies meant what they said. It suddenly dawned on me that if the first coming prophecies in this apocalyptic book meant what they said, then the second coming prophecies must mean what they said. My study of Bible prophecy since that time has convinced me that the twisting of scriptures through spiritualization is a terrible abuse of God's Word. It has led Christians to reject the Genesis account of creation as well as the promises of God for the future. From the beginning to the end of the Bible, we need to interpret God's Word for its plain sense meaning, and the failure to do so will produce tragic doctrines like replacement theology. And I'd like to get into the topic of replacement theology by going to the root of it. And the root of it is Satan. It is Satan's hatred of the Jewish people. Satan hates the Jews with a passion for several reasons. He hates them because God chose them to be His witnesses to the world. He hates them because through them God gave the world the Bible. He hates them because through them God gave the world the Messiah. He hates them because God has promised that He will save a great remnant of them. And He hates them because God has promised that through that remnant He will bless all the nations of the world during the millennial reign of Jesus. Satan is determined to destroy every Jew on planet Earth so that God cannot keep His promises to them. Part of Satan's strategy, part of his strategy, has been to infect the church with what has historically been called supersessionism. This is the idea that God has replaced the Jews with the church. It's only in the 20th century that this concept has come to be known as replacement theology.